Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to think about some interesting vans here at the NEC in Birmingham that are things we've never seen before, and would we possibly think about changing to one of those family vans. To start off with, we're going to look at the new Bayley Grande and Kona. This is a new model for this year and it has a twin dinette, but the interesting part is the dinette in the back. So let's have a quick look and take you around here. So you've obviously got the grey decals like the side, like Locker Pegasus. Nice foot locker. Nicely, it's got both electric and gas on the outside. Walking in, yeah, it does. It feels particularly wide, which you would expect. So what it's got an L-shape back lounge, which means then you can put a telly or something, or games console, whatever, at the back here. Very nice and light in the area. Nice and airy, sorry. Here, a Dometic fridge, full-size oven, like the cover, loads of worktop space actually in this hand corner. Quite impressed by that. A lot of family vans, that's what they ditch. We've got the microwave over the top, nice clean lines here, the Bayley, and again, because it's 8 foot, we've got this big space here. The only thing I find with the 8 foot, and maybe I'm just a lazy nothing, is that you can't put your feet all the way across. It's quite hard to do that. But yeah, really good space in here, and it's a bit of a different and interesting layout for 2022. Nice big wardrobe. Let's have a look at the bathroom. Does that make any difference to the bathroom? Yeah, the bathroom's a good size, not the biggest, not the widest, considering you've got the space. But I suppose one of the problems we always had with caravans this size, personally for us as a family, is this middle section. It just never quite worked for us because you would try to shove each other past and it wouldn't work. So there is the Bayley Pegasus and Kona, which is a new model for this year. On to the next van. Another really interesting caravan to see here is the Basecamp 6, which has a 6th berth. Now the Basecamp 2 and 4 have done really well because they're nice and small, they're fairly rugged. They were normally pretty reasonably priced, and also they had a really nice low weight. Now it will be interesting to see how well these do in this season, due to the fact that actually the need for a licence where you can do 3.5 tonnes has been revoked, because everyone now gets B plus E. So it'll be interesting to see whether this still does as well as some of the other 2s and 4s. It's actually starting, for me personally, I think £26,000 is a lot of money for a reasonably small caravan, but looking at it, it's still nearly 7 metres long. So just coming in, left hand side we've got a little dinette. It isn't particularly wide, to be fair, even though the van's 7'6". We've got bunks that I'm assuming can drop down to give you more space. Not quite sure on these. It's a good idea, so it keeps the weight down. That's the whole point of the van, so it does a good job of that. Means it can be towed with a much smaller car than the big 4x4. Still got a full-size Dometic fridge, freezer. I think that's good. It's got the Thetford combined. Ooh, different hob. I like that. It's interesting. Nice black. A little bit of a splashback. And at the other end, we've got a seating area, which I think probably for 4, you probably could fit 6 around here. The only thing is, I don't know if you can quite see this. The only problem we're having a little bit is I'm 5'10". And as I'm getting this corner, I'm just banging my head. So you might bang your head a little bit. Something else that's interesting, you can see from here, is it's got wheel heating instead of trimming up. Swift often user, must be a reason for that. And then just having a quick look inside of the toilet area. Yep, like I thought, it is a combined shower and toilet. It's quite tight in there, and it has a bench seat as opposed to having a swivel toilet. Still a good space in here. Yeah, but it's a good idea. I like the idea, and it's good to see that other manufacturers are thinking of new layouts and new weights, because obviously as we get to hybrids and possibly electric cars, we can't still be towing them with our big 4x4s, no matter petrol we'll be using. So now, this van behind us is not a family van, but I thought it was just a bit interesting. It was 2 good opportunities to throw up there. So this here is a Tab Mexican Sunset. Let's have a look inside here. It's always interesting to see something different from manufacturers. Got great sides with a really interesting decal on. £27,000, which seems a lot of money, but it is a Tab, so they obviously are quite expensive generally. So as you can probably see there, we've got a nice window, lovely worktop. I think that's very interesting. Again, same here. It's actually not smooth. It's got a roughness to it. Stepping inside, I can fit inside here fine. Got the bed, and just looking inside, we've obviously got a combined shower and wet room. What do you think of Vanta? Comments below. What do you think? I think it's interesting. It's good to see something different from the manufacturer. This is very quirky. I'm guessing probably at best it's a 3, maybe a 4 berth, but interesting to see as we're walking around the NEC here. If you're liking this video, as usual, we'd appreciate if you smash the like button to get this video out to more people on the interesting caravan front. So we're now on the NARS stand here in the NEC, and what I've just seen is this caravan here, which is a Sudwind. This is a NARS Sudwind, and it's actually got bunks at the back, so I thought it'd be interesting to show you just what it compares when you look at the market in Europe compared to the market in the UK. So let's have a look inside the Sudwind. So it's retailing here at £32,000, so it is a lot of money. Coming in, I love the wood, it's beautiful. You've actually got a bed at the front, which is quite a common feature with European vans. I know this is not something that the UK spec on we do. You've got a nice big wraparound. Again, probably thinking 4, you might struggle to fit all 6 in. At the back here, you've got a couple of bunks. So a couple of the children can fit into there. Nice, I love the wood, beautiful. Inside here in the bathroom, we have, oh actually, yeah, it's quite big in here, much bigger than I thought it would be. We've got a separate shower. So I thought it would be all combined actually, but it isn't. Domestic toilet, nice big sink in the corner. We're panning back in to see from there. It's really interesting actually, I quite like it. It's very quirky. So I know one of the disadvantages sometimes with NARS vans is they're going to be really well built, which sounds like a negative, but they're quite heavy. So this one here, just reading the sign, is 1900 kilos on a single axle. It does have the big delta at the front. Just makes it a bit more interesting. It's interesting to see different things. Again, because it's a European built van, you'll notice that it doesn't really have a proper oven. It has a very small oven, but in the UK you'd probably like to have a bigger oven, which is a weird thing because that's only us in the UK that like to have that. A lot of other countries put no oven in, or in this case a very small kind of grill sort of size oven. But yeah, interesting to see NARS. So another really interesting company that I've seen for years but never quite been in our sort of niche because they've often made smaller caravans is Freedom Caravan. So what we have here is a Freedom Carpenter. It's actually a 5 berth. Now guess below how heavy it's MTPLM. Bearing in mind that a big twin axle is about 2 tons. How heavy do you think this Freedom Carpenter is? Good size. We've still got a cassette toilet there. Looks really interesting, let's go have a look. Just stepping inside the Carpenter, and you've got a rear lounge, so there's space there for people to sit. You've obviously got the front for people to sit in as well. So, I love the wood, it's beautiful. This is a really nice looking van. It's just good to see something interesting. I actually love the grain on the wood as well. I'm really quite smitten by this van, it's just, there's something about it, it's just different. Still got a fridge, but we don't have an oven, but we do have a combined hob and sink there still. I just love the wood. Got a little pop into here. Dometic, it's combined again. And at the back here, let's pull this down. We've got a pull down bed. So you've got space for one person up there, space for a second person at least in there, and at the front space for at least another 2 people. There's a 5 berth, not sure where all 5 people will sleep. But also beautiful, look at the windows. Got a couple of sills, look at the kind of wrap around windows, it's just really interesting. It's got a massive big sunlight. I'm 5'10", and by the time I get the table I haven't hit my head yet. Nice carpet at the top, but this, yeah, it's a really interesting van. It's just quirky as well, love it. You've got a water tank built in, which again I think more caravans could have. 12 volts on. Yeah, I just love the attention to detail, the craftsmanship on it, it's just, wow, it's gorgeous. So have a look at this. If you're anywhere near a Freedom Caravan deal or getting to send you a video, I think this is a really interesting van. To go back to its MTPLM, it's 1,000 kilos, 1 ton. You could tow this with pretty much most kind of medium-sized cars fairly easily. I know you don't have the B&E restrictions anymore, but it just looks like a beautifully crafted vehicle. It is a bit small on wet days for your family, but I am really impressed by this. The really interesting van here on the NEC show is the Freedom Carpenter 360. Now this one weighs a massive 750 kilos, look how small. And again it's got the nice wrap-around front windows. Let's have a quick look in here for the family. This is the 4 berth, so it's not as big for our family personally. But you've got double bunks at the back, and I'm still loving this wood. And this, it's just beautiful. Door inside the toilet, again that'll be combined. Again, it's pretty standard. But I do like the whole layout again. No cooker, but depends what you're trying to get at. And again, I can walk pretty much, it's a little bit lower this one, But one thing I like about these, and it's one of the kind of things that you'll know if you follow our channel, is I'm quite picky. I don't like aluminium sides because they get dinted quite a bit by kids. So this is GRP outer and GRP inner. And the thing that the guy was in the sales desk there before, it's the fact that it only has a couple of seals or joins in. A lot of caravans where they get damping is where the seals have been put in, or aluminium roof rails. This has been done to have as few as possible external gaps, and what that means is it doesn't need covering. And also, rather than have an aluminium reel or a plastic reel, they put a big rubber tube around the outside of it, and it's just really interesting. So again, something to consider instead of the standard van, but it's really quirky, and I think this would work really well for a lot of people. So this is a 4-berth, and again the prices are pretty reasonable. You're talking £20,000. Another really interesting caravan here, it's the fact we've got this teardrop sort of shape. So this is very interesting. The Mink there. This van was actually seen in Top Gear at one point, so it's quite small, and literally it is pretty much just a bed and a little bit of storage above. But that is a really interesting. Oh, I absolutely love this big skylight above here. It goes all the way across the top there.